Good evening, everyone. I'm Aaron Drawhorn. Thanks for joining us.
I'm Tiffany Murphy. With less than 3 months until hurricane season, Southeast Texans will once again have their eyes on the Gulf.
But one man already knows his home could be in jeopardy with any significant amount of rain because of a major mistake made by Jefferson County.
KFDM's Angel San Juan tells us the county is taking the blame, but is not shouldering the burden. How does that work, Angel?
Tiffany, when people pay their taxes, they know some of that money goes to pay elected officials and government employees who will look after their community, watching out for citizens' best interest. But as you're about to see, Ronnie Sprinkle did not get that from Jefferson County when he built a new home. He only got wrong information, and our investigation reveals that this is not the first time the county has made an elevation error. Harvey flooded Ronnie Sprinkle's house in 2017. He saw the setback as an opportunity to start over with the new house for him, his wife, and daughter.
I promised my wife, Dawn, that we would build 5 feet higher above the elevation, whatever the county said. They gave us an elevation of 19 feet.
And Sprinkle kept his word, building this house off Highway 365 at an elevation of 24 feet. 5 feet higher than the height the Jefferson County Engineering Department had told him he had to meet. But when the house was nearly complete, the Sprinkles' dream home turned into a nightmare.
After we went for our final elevation certificate, they came back and said we were supposed to be at 26.5 and just kind of shrugged their shoulders, said it was our mistake, our bad, and there's nothing we can do for you.
Yes, Jefferson County is to blame for the elevation error.
Engineering department.
Sprinkle has the paperwork to prove it, and county leaders, including the county engineer at the time, Steve Stafford, admit to the mistake, but refuse to remedy this major blunder.
I've tried to speak with Judge Brannick's office. They won't even take a phone call.
Leaving Sprinkle's home vulnerable. As a result, when Imelda hit in 2019, the house flooded with 10 inches of water. But if the county had given Sprinkle the correct specs, he would not have built 30 inches under the right elevation level, and the home would have been safe.
You cannot sell the house, you cannot finance the house, and you cannot insure the house.
So what are your options?
There are none.
That's crazy. I
have 11,300 square feet under roof of concrete. There is no option to lift this. There's no options out there.
The county's costly elevation error has left Sprinkle footing the bill for the more than $400,000 house.
So you don't even have a certificate of occupancy to live in the house.
We ran into the same dead ends as Sprinkle when we went seeking for an explanation from county officials at the courthouse. Sprinkle's house is in Commissioner Bo Alfred's precinct, but Alfred referred our questions to the county's attorney, Kathleen Kennedy. We reached out to County Judge Jeff Brannick. He was out of the office for spring break, but his assistant also told us we would have to get a response from Kennedy. We've called and left several messages for the county attorney. We have not heard back, but Sprinkle has talked to her.
Kathleen Kennedy told me in a 2-minute conversation that she's aware of the situation, it's an unfortunate situation, and that they are immune, was her words, and there's nothing they can do.
Sprinkle does have at least one county leader on his side, Commissioner Michael Senegal. He texted us this statement saying, quote, "I am bound by law not to discuss this issue openly, but if possible, I feel we should do what we should do to right this wrong." This is not the first complaint of this type we've covered involving the Jefferson County Engineering Department. Last year, we introduced you to Jason Champagne and his wife, Brandy. Imelda also flooded their home. The Champagnes bought the house 95% complete, but say it should never have been allowed to be built because it's 3 feet off elevation. Turns out Jefferson County's engineering office approved construction sight unseen.
They say that they're allowed to permit builds off of paperwork and not actually have specialists come analyze the jobs and ensure they're at the proper elevation.
And Stafford, the county engineer, retired in February. A new county engineer started this month, earning $130,000 a year. But next week, Jefferson County commissioners have on their agenda contracting Stafford as a consultant to help wrap up some pending projects. The county would pay him $100 an hour for up to 25 hours. In the meantime, Sprinkle is on his own trying to come up with the solution to the county's mistake.
Hoping with the levy I can get some sort of insurance, or if I can get some sort of flood relief, but I don't know. That's something that we're going to build it no matter what and hope for the best on the other side.
Sprinkle is spending $45,000 for construction of the levee and a retention pond on his property, which would bring the total cost to nearly $500,000 on a house for which he still cannot get a certificate of occupancy. Again, because of the county's elevation error. Guys.
Okay, Angel, if you hear back from the county, we'd like to be updated about that. Thankfully,